Hi, my name is Jessica Lamar, and this is my call to action speech on abortion. Currently, I am in Hawaii, and everyone who would be available to listen to this speech is currently doing wedding activities. So I have FaceTimed my parents in to listen to this speech, so I only have 2 audience members today, but it is all that I have. So here they are.
Hi.
Okay. I've noticed that everyone who is for abortion has already been born. This is a quote from Ronald Reagan, our 40th U.S. president. What if your mother chose to abort you? Well, Gianna Jessen's mother did. She was an attempted abortion that did not succeed, but is now a pro-life motivational speaker. Had she never been born, there would be one less voice for the voiceless. Every day, all around the world, the topic of abortion is brought up in conversation. There have been huge cases on abortion, such as Roe v. Wade in the year of 1971. Within this case, abortion was illegal within the state of Texas unless the baby was bringing harm to the mother. Jane Roe, or known as Norma McCorvey, was an unmarried and pregnant Texas resident who filed the case against the Attorney General of Dallas County, Texas, Henry Wade. This is an ongoing issue with the huge question of when does a human life actually begin? The main thing that a woman considering an abortion will hear from the doctor performing that abortion is that it is just a clump of cells. Even if the baby was just a clump of cells, a single-celled organism found on another planet would most likely be considered life. So my question is, why is a clump of cells not considered life? And when did it become okay to end life? Well, technically it never became okay, considering that ending a life, aka murder, is illegal. That is, unless it is in self-defense. So, if the baby was bringing harm to the mother and ultimately to them both, then that should be appropriate grounds to get an abortion. Many people ask if abortion is wrong when it comes to incest or rape. This topic genuinely breaks my heart because in this matter, the mother had no choice. But if she had no choice, would she really want to pass that on by making the choice between life and death for her baby? There is another option other than keeping the baby, and this option is to put that baby up for adoption. This option has consequences of its own, but at least you're giving the baby a chance at life and a chance to make their own choices. So, say the mother actually went through with the decision to have an abortion. In this case, statistically, there are many negative effects that occur to the woman's natural or her mental health. And according to the National Center of Biotechnology Information, it says that smoking, drug abuse, eating disorder, depression, attempted suicide, guilt, regret, nightmare, decreased self-esteem, and worry about not being able to conceive again were the questions asked from the respondents as the psychological consequences of abortion. At least 1/3 of the respondents have experienced one of the above-mentioned psychological side effects, except for suicide, drug abuse, and smoking. Depression and worry about not being able to conceive and eating disorder were reported as dominant psychological consequences of abortion among the respondents, with 60.5% and 53.6% and 48.7% respectively. Decreased self-esteem was 43.7%, nightmare was 39.5%, guilt was 37.5%, and regret was 33.3%. They have been placed in the lower steps, respectively. I believe that if more people were to agree with the fact that a human life begins at conception and that ultimately it is murder to go through with an abortion, then this would be a better world. Remember Jane Roe, or Norma McCorvey? I mentioned her previously. She was the lady that filed the case against Henry Wade. Well, she went on to write a book, and this book was called Won by Love. This book is about her new conviction for life. She went from being the woman who basically made abortion legal to someone who became pro-life. She changed her mind. There are many couples that are not able to conceive, and many of these couples would love to adopt. But unfortunately, because of the amount of abortions, these couples stay on a waiting list for a very long time. Also, if women were to follow through with having their child, then they would be giving another person a chance at life. And I don't see what's negative about that. I want to leave you all with one question. If abortion brings about negativity and instability to mental health, then why continue to do it? It's something to think about. Thank you so much for listening. And here are my parents still. They did not leave. Thank you.